Dr. Matt Geller here. I'm here with Dr. Maryann Youssef, optometrist in Southern California. So patient education is obviously a really big topic. When I was in practice, I remember that being like the holy grail. If you get that piece right, your communication's better, your outcomes are better. Practically at every lecture we're at, it's like, you gotta educate, you gotta educate. What's your 2 cents on this and kind of what are you exploring now?
So I think patient education is probably our most important job, and for many reasons. The first is preventative care. So a lot of patients get eye infections or retinal detachments or any condition because they are not educated. They just simply don't know what to do in those cases. So preventative care is the most important thing.
What kind of are you doing in the exam room, tips that you can provide other ODs out there to improve their patient education, communication, or outcomes? Any ideas?
I always make it a point to speak throughout the whole exam. So even if I'm just talking out loud, so the patient has some idea what I'm doing. So throughout the whole time from beginning to end, I'm always talking about what I'm doing this, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. If I find something, obviously, like every other doctor, you're gonna say what you find. But what's really important is also to talk about what you didn't find, so all the pertinent negatives. A lot of the times, patients don't know what we're looking for when it comes to diabetes or any diseases. Say, you don't have any signs of diabetes or high blood pressure or whatever it is. The pertinent negatives are huge in patient education. So just talking throughout the whole exam, I think is really important in that aspect. Another reason why I think patient education is so important is for the growth of optometry. A lot of the times patients don't know the difference between an optometrist or an optician or an ophthalmologist or a tech or anything. So when you're in the room and you're saying, I didn't find this or I didn't find that, every single time I have a patient say, I had no idea an optometrist could see that. I had no idea an optometrist could do that. And so if our patients don't value us and don't value what we do, then they're not going to come back and they're not going to go tell their family about it. So just talking about what it is that we didn't find educates them on why we're important, and then in turn that will grow our practice.
So social media tools are obviously helpful, perhaps. I've seen a lot of that. Is that working both from an education standpoint and a marketing standpoint for you?
So I do have patients who come in and say that they found me on social media, they saw a blog that I wrote or something that applied to them, and they trust you more when you take the time out of work to research and write something about it. They see that you actually care.
Yeah, and being able to send that stuff after the exam is also really nice. It's like, hey, we
Yes.
talked about this, and by the way, here's what I wrote on this that may be helpful for you. Or just linking them to other content that you find online.
Yeah, actually I have on my business card, I have a little search bar in the back, so if I found a pterygium or LASIK or something like that I want to further discuss, I'll write down pterygium search, and then I'll give them the card so they can look it up later and then see what I wrote about it.
So it looks like a search engine search box.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.